welcome back to my channel again. So I'm pre-filming a bunch of videos today, so this is why I'm in the same look here. I'm sorry if it's kind of a boring setup, but this is the best lighting in the house today, so I had to take advantage of the dining room. Yeah, that's lame, but so I got some peanuts here that I'm munching on because I'm getting hungry. It's like 1 in the afternoon, and I just got done, and I got a Coke Zero. I just got done filming my pros and cons to what I like about being my own boss and what I don't like. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And yeah, so when I ended the video, I promised you guys that I would talk about how I got started with cleaning homes. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my cleaning house experiences. Sit back, grab a bag of popcorn or some Pepsi or whatever you like to drink, some alcohol if you prefer. Woo!
Woo!
Now that I am like charged up with a little protein and a little soda, a little caffeine buzz, let's go ahead and get started with today's storytime video. So 2 years ago, most of you guys know that I clean homes, and I've just been through a long process. Especially in the beginning, it was a long process for me to find homes. I actually had a lot of doubt that I wouldn't be able to get as many clients as I wanted to have and to be able to make enough money for me and my husband to live on. As whenever I worked at the dollar store, I was really scared about how long it would take me to find people to clean for. So the very first thing that I did was I put an ad in the press, which most of you guys, your town probably has a paper press, whatever it is. You can put ads in there and advertise. I really recommend to advertise. It is so important. You can also advertise on Facebook or probably other social media sites that you prefer. I got peanuts stuck in, just give me a second. So I can't stress enough, although Facebook is free to advertise, here in my town it costs $25 for a month to put your ad in the paper. The thing about Facebook is you're only getting out to the people that you are friends with, and you know, you have more of a chance to kind of get out to the whole town if you put an ad in the press, because a lot of people read the paper. So I really can't stress enough, like, yes, you have to pay a little bit of money, but it is worth it to get some calls. Now, the number one thing that worked for me, I got a lot of calls from the press, but the clients that I have now that I have kept is from word of mouth. And what I mean by that is that somebody in my family had gotten me the job because they have heard about somebody cleaning. So that's kind of how I got the jobs that I have. And I've also helped my best friend Marissa get some of her jobs. I helped her with that because I heard of people needing cleaning, so I recommended her to them because I'm full, obviously, and I was trying to help her get some clients. So the best way, in my honest opinion, is word of mouth. But if you got to start somehow, so definitely advertise to clean homes. So yeah, that's how I started. I got my first call, I think, within like the first week or two or something like that, and I basically went and did like an interview with the people in their homes. So this very first home that I went to was on the street that my grandma lives on. So I was like, oh, well, that's really not that far. It's on the river. It's probably a nice place. So I get to it, and immediately, just from the outside, had a lot of clutter on the porch. Like, a lot of stuff were just piled up and kind of like all on the porch. Like, there was no room on the porch. And just from the look of the house, I was just kind of like, ooh, like, I don't really know. I hope the inside's not as cluttered as their porch is. But honestly, first impressions are like, you know, like that thing that you're just like, you kind of know. So, also, I will not be using any names in this video or anything like that, because I, you know, don't want to talk too awfully bad. I'm just kind of sharing my opinion and the experience of what I thought. So yeah, so I went in, and my mom actually went with me to my first interview. So I went in and met the people, and right when I went in the home, I was immediately brought on by dogs. I believe there was like 2 or 3 dogs in the home. And I walked in, and she was talking to me and stuff and just telling me how she really needed help, as you know, and she's like, as you can see, if you look around, I really need help cleaning. And my first thought was just kind of like, this is gonna take a really long ass time, and this is gonna take some damn dedication here. This is a multi cleaning company job. This is not a one-person job, lady. This is like a shitload of people to come in and do this, because there was just stuff everywhere. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that Home Hoarders, but it was kind of like that. So yeah, there just was tons of stuff that needed to be getting rid of. And you know, I can't go through someone's stuff and say like, you know, that would take forever, and I can't go through someone's stuff. Like, they have to do that. They have to choose what they want and what they don't want, so they can get rid of it. And this woman's wanting me to clean, but there's all kinds of stuff around that. What would I do with it? Like, where would I put it? Like, it was that bad. And I'm not trying to be like so mean. I'm like trying to be the nicest right now. Really, like, try not to say, but it was like hoarder pretty much. And I just, honestly, me and my mom, like, we talked for a little bit with her, and then we're just like, well, we'll get back to you. Or I think I might have said this was just, I think what I said was, this is just a little too much for me right now. I'm just looking for something a little bit less time. You know, this would take forever to do this woman's home. And I just wasn't up for the challenge, guys. I felt kind of bad when I left, because I was like, you know, I really could have helped that woman. I can get rid of stuff really easily, and I can clean really good, but it was just that bad to where I just couldn't do the job. So that was my first interview, and I went down the toilet. So the next home that I actually kept for a long time, the woman didn't like to dust, and she was also very kind of cluttery. She was very nice, and I did actually have her as a client for a long time, but the thing about it is that she wouldn't let me come every week. She would just kind of let me know when she wanted me to come, and I didn't like that. I count on my money every week to pay bills and to make living, so I just kind of couldn't go with a sporadic whenever she wants me to come type thing. So I cleaned for a good long time though, but I only went there like once a month, I felt like. And it was just really dusty every time I went. It was just really hard to clean. It was a really pretty home and everything. It was nice. I mean, it was a nice house. It wasn't like it was filthy dirty or anything, but it was dusty, and just, there was a lot of things that hadn't been done in a long time. And like, I have never really seen a really bad shower before, and the shower was kind of bad. So yeah, just things like that where you can tell where people just don't dust and stuff, and just like don't clean showers. Like, I don't know, I can't really deal with that. So the job was a task every time I went. It was kind of like one of them things that, you know, and it was a good bit away that I had to travel to. So eventually I just kind of laid down my rule with her and just told her, like, I am relying on, I think at the time I was doing like every other week or something, because I was rotating with someone else. So I was just basically like, either you need to, I'll come every other week, work with this other person, like, you know, and I just told her that, and I never really got a response back after that, so I never went back to her home after that. But that's just kind of like stuff that will happen to you when you're cleaning people's homes. Like, it's really hard to find the right people sometimes. So the other clients that I do clean for, I'll talk about them in a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about one more house real quick that stuck out to me probably the most, which I'm trying to be nice, like I said, but this house was insane, and it was from the outside, it was a beautiful home. Really, really nice. It was in a nice area. So there was a lot of, like, let's just say rich people. Let's just say that. Rich people homes. And that's what it looked like from the outside. Everything looked normal. I get there, I go in, and immediately I'm like struck by the smell of cat pee. Like right when I go in the door, that's like what I smell. So I'm like, oh, well, they have a cat and apparently they need to clean the box. So I go a little bit further in and I'm just kind of like realizing that it's such a beautiful home inside. It's really nice, a nice home like I said. But I'm just kind of realizing like, oh, I see a cat go by. I see another cat go by. So I'm like, oh, they got a couple cats. That's no big deal. So she takes me through the house and is telling me how she doesn't basically have time to clean and she really needs help. And so I'm just kind of like, you know, okay, well, I can really help this woman. She has a nice house and everything. So I kind of started going through the home and I'm just kind of realizing that she's kind of a hoarder as well. And especially in her bedroom. And it was just kind of, like I said, the overwhelmingly smell of cat pee. And I start noticing that there's more than 3 cats inside. And that kind of struck me as odd. I kind of was just like, okay, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think. I hope when I come to clean for the first time that she contains these cats somewhere else, maybe in the basement or something, you know, so I can do what I have to do. So I'm like, I can do this, right? So I tell the woman that I want the job and everything, and I come to clean for her, and she wasn't there that day. Nobody was there, so I was there by myself. So I go in, and I just didn't really know where to start, and I started in the kitchen, I think, and I started wiping the countertops off, and then all of a sudden I had this cat jump up on the countertop and was just like sitting there, and I like was trying to clean, you know, and I was like, what am I gonna do with this cat? And then I saw like more cats, guys. So basically this woman had a cat problem, is what I'm trying to say. Like the house, she had probably a good 10 cats in the house, and I didn't know what to do. I was overwhelmed and I was just frustrated because I couldn't clean with cats jumping up on the counter. I would wipe the countertop off and then the cat would jump up on the countertop, and like I would be like, what's the point of me even trying to get this hair off the, you know, I just didn't really. Then I went over to like the little bar area that, you know, like this middle kitchen island counters. She had one of those, and there was a cat bowl, food dish, and a water dish. They fed the cats up on the counter, and I thought that was really odd. I was just like, why wouldn't they just put it on the floor somewhere? Like, that's what I do. I'm not feeding my cats up on my counters. That's gross. So I was just, at that point, I just felt like I just didn't know what to do. I was trying to clean, but I felt like I wasn't making progress. So I like, the floor was terrible. There was just hair everywhere. Like the worst you can imagine. If you can imagine if someone had 10 cats inside their home, imagine what that's like. So yeah, and then I went over to like the living room and was looking out the back porch way, and I realized that there was even more cats in the backyard, like cats everywhere. Guys, I love cats. You guys know I love cats, but oh my Lord, I do not believe in having 20 cats in a home, like, or in a, I just don't believe in that. That's just too much. That's crazy. And to me, when you have that many cats inside, that's just plain out gross. I'm sorry. But so basically I get to the woman's bedroom and I realized that there was cat poop on the bed. So I'm like, was going to try to attempt to make the bed, but the cat had pooped in the bed. So I was just like about done at that point. I was frustrated. I did manage to clean a hall bathroom and shut the door behind me so the cats wouldn't come in. And I cleaned that bathroom pretty good. But after that, I went to her bathroom, and her bathroom was insane. Like, you can tell she didn't do much cleaning, and it was just crazy. And I kind of like understood why she had told me. She was like, well, I haven't been able to find anybody to come and clean for me. And I kind of, it was all falling together in my head, like why she hasn't found nobody. Like, there's no wonder. But anyways, so I worked, I think, a good 5 or 6 hours there, and I finally, I just left. I don't think I had her cell phone number at the time or something, or to text her, but I left a note when I left, and she didn't leave me any money or anything like that. And I left a note and I said, I'm really, really sorry. This is just a little bit too much for me to handle. And I put the hours down that I did work, that I tried to do. I did vacuum the floor, and I made progress, but it was just like pointless. But, and then I left basically. So I gave her my address on the note as well, so she could mail me a check, because she told me to do that. She told me if I just left my address, she could just mail my money to me. So a week goes by, I don't have any money in the mail. 2 weeks go by, I don't get any money in the mail. A month goes by, I don't get any money in the mail. Basically, she just never paid me. And I told my grandma, I told my family about this whole story because it was insane, but I told my grandma, and my grandma actually knew who she was and had realized that she had worked where my grandma had done some work at. And my grandma was so tempted to say something to her, because I never really said anything. And then here come to find out, one of the other people that I clean for now, that I still clean for, actually knew who she was as well, because she had worked where this woman works. And I'm not saying where anybody works or anything like that, or their names or anything, but she had actually said something, I think, one time, and told my grandma this. But she had said, well, I got a really good housekeeper, and I'm really glad that I have her, and said something else really nice for me in front of that woman, I believe. And yeah, so basically I didn't get paid for the time that I put in, guys, and that's probably one of the most messed up experiences in my life. I mean, I was literally struggling here with 10 cats and trying to clean this home, and I worked my ass off trying to get progress made, even though it was impossible, and this woman just doesn't decide to pay me for my time. It was really wrong. And yeah, I'll never forget that. It was insane. So the moral of the story is, if you go into a home and realize that there's 10 cats inside, just don't do it. Let it pass. There'll be other jobs that come along that you will find that you'll be much happier with, I promise. It was so screwed up. So yeah, anyways, now I'm just real quickly going to tell you guys about the current homes that I do clean for. So the one that I clean for that's far away is an older guy, and his home is beautiful. It's a really old home, guys, like 1800s, maybe even 1700s. It's a really old farmhouse home. It's beautiful inside. He's had a lot of remodeling done. It's just him there, so I just go once a week there and clean, and it's really, really not that hard because, like I said, he lives by himself, and his house is just beautiful. I just dust, and I sweep the floor, take out the trash in the kitchen, and the basic stuff at his home. And it honestly only takes me like two and a half hours to do what I do there. And then I go on to my second home, which is not that far from there. It's like 30 miles from there, but it's back closer to coming back where I need to come to anyways. And I clean at their house from about noon till 3 in the afternoon. And they're like a second set of grandparents to me. It's a couple, and yeah, they just feel like grandparents, honestly. They're really, really good to me, and all my clients are really, really good to me. So then, I do like whatever they want me to do when I go there. Sometimes they'll have me do extra things, which is kind of nice because it switches it up for me and it doesn't make it so boring. It's kind of like when I go, like I never know what I'm going to be doing, but I like that because it's not boring, like I said. So then the next person that I do during the week, I clean for her 2 days a week, and they are doctors. I will say that they're doctors. Their home is beautiful and it's really big. I might have talked to you guys about that before in another video, but they have it's like 4 floors altogether. But I only clean the main level floor and then the upstairs floor where the kids' bedrooms are, and it's just, honestly, her home is not dirty at all. It's very, very clean. Probably one of the cleanest homes that I've ever seen. But I really enjoy working for them. They're really good to me as well. So then the last day that I have to clean, which is on Thursday, I go to a person that's probably about 30 miles, 20, 30 miles, not that far. and they live on a farm, and so their home can get kind of, you know, tracked up and stuff because they're on a farm. But overall, it's not really that bad. Their home is very, very nice and pretty. It's just like a single ranch home, and it's nice. And they treat me very well as well. So I'm just really blessed. And then the last place that I go on Thursday, I go to a little old lady's home that I love so much. She's like the nicest little old lady. She's 90 years old and she's really, really nice. But she just has me like do her one level. It's just an old little brick home, and it's honestly got it's got a basement and then a main level and then an upstairs, but she never has me do anything upstairs, like ever. Like I think I've only cleaned up there like one time. And she doesn't have me do bathrooms. She likes to do her bathroom herself. And her whole one level that I do is all carpeted, so I only just have to vacuum. I don't have to mop or anything. It's like really easy. I just dust and sweep, and I'm only in there for an hour tops, and I'm done. And I make pretty well there for an hour that I'm there. So yeah, I can't complain. Like I love everybody that I clean for. It's great. I finally am glad that I'm set with people that I clean for. Like I used to think, oh my God, I'm never gonna find the right people, but finally, thank the Lord, I did find the right people. So don't give up. That's the whole thing of this story is don't give up. You'll find people. You just can't give up. You got to keep trying, keep advertising, and trust me, there's people out there that will pay you to come clean their homes because either they don't have time to clean or they don't like to clean. So that's the whole story. I don't know what else to say, but this video is really long like usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys made it through to the end, then good for you. I'm glad you guys watched and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I seriously have had a lot of memories and a lot of crazy experiences cleaning houses, but I told you guys the craziest thing that happened to me was the cat lady house. So hope you guys found this video entertaining in some way or interesting. But yeah, if you guys want to see more storytime videos like this, then give this video a thumbs up for me. Subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every single week. I love you guys very much, and thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll try to respond to you guys. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!